Hello and welcome to Hops and Brews.
Craft Beer 101.
This week,
We're going the harvest way.
For an open window on the craft beer world, Max and Chris from Ups and Brews. Ups and Brews. Welcome to Ups and Brews. Yeah.
by the way, the album Harvest from Neil Young, fucking good, man.
Fucking good.
Should definitely take a look.
This harvest moon.
So, this week, harvest. Now, it's important to note that a harvest is not really a beer style. Why do you still have that mask on?
Yeah,
That
it
was for
smells
our
weird.
skit at the beginning. We don't
Yeah,
need this anymore.
Right here. This looks weird.
So, as I was saying...
Yeah, continue.
That's not bad, okay.
No, shameless plug. Shit.
As I was saying, not a particular style, mostly just it's like a school of beers. Now, Harvest initially were
So
in
is it related
reference
to School of Rock?
So initially it was in the context of a harvest.
I'm just trying to like
You're just trying to
throw you off and. Hey, he's been off. He's been back.
I'm back now. I'm back,
So
and I'm back and well rested.
Yeah, so that's what we wanted to know, Max, because like our fans waited for you. Yes, video form, but now you're real.
It's true. Did they see me since then?
Yeah, they saw you.
Like on both videos. So
Yeah.
like for them, I was not even gone.
I know.
So, anyways, I was gone for a week in Halifax, Nova Scotia, to see a buddy of mine, Pates, from the Lighthouse Project. If you haven't had a chance to donate, donate now, and go check him out on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and all that jazz. I also had a chance to be a tourist and go to different lighthouses with him and on my own and see a couple different things from Halifax. Halifax is... and on this show, I will officialize it. My favorite place on earth. I love this city. It's awesome. One day, I will definitely live there. But for now, I'm going to content myself by visiting it twice a year.
So this covers up the shameless plug segment of the show. So now back to Craft Beer 101 Harvest Ales, Max. So where were we at? Talking about
you were
schooling.
interrupting me.
Yes, I know, but
that's where we're at. So
that's-
I had no idea where we were. Harvest Ales, not a specific style, more like a school of beer. A little bit like a farmhouse is a beer that has a bunch of different styles under it. The Harvest is a little similar. There's a couple things that have to be in order for the beer to be, if that makes any sense. I was trying to be poetic.
It's really deep.
A little bit. So in this case, most cases, I mean, a harvest is significant of the harvest of the hops, which is one of the most important part of the beer, where you will wet hop the hops in this particular beer. Sorry, I'm rambling. I'm repeating myself. All that to say, it doesn't have to be just hops. So basically, harvest just means a harvest. So say it's a fresh grain harvest, it's a fresh flower harvest, it's a fresh
Coffee harvest?
coffee harvest. It could be, although fresh coffee in a beer, like fresh, like not roasted coffee?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I have different flavors. So anyways,
We already talked about that in the coffee episode.
yes, so
which is
the
last
link
week.
is going to be at the end of the video. Or in the down there. Anyways, so all that to say, again, harvest, not a specific style, mostly just a school or a way to brew a beer. Now, in this case, we're going to be talking a little more about wet hopping.
Yeah, because it's the challenging part of doing an harvest ale, because you don't know what you get. This is basically what's going to happen with an harvest ale. You get the fresh hops, you get the whole cone, and it's the wet version of it. Depending on what style. Some harvests use the dry, fresh version of it because it's a lot more efficient to move the hops around. So let's say you can do like a hop harvest in California, then brew it in Oregon, then like it's more than like a day of transport to get there. So
usually for a wet hop, it's literally you cut the vines, you pick the hops, and within 24 hours it's part of the beer.
It needs to be put in the beer within 24 hours.
So usually it's going to be an association between the brewery and the farmers and oftentimes the brewery is going to go to the farm and collect the hops and all that, and it becomes a community thing, which is very important, and also very important for the beer we brewed with Sugabu, which it was part of a community. That's what we wanted it to be, not just the community of the hop farmers and the brewery, but also us and you guys. So we brewed this beer. Like, the big reason behind it was just because A, it's really cool to have your own beer, and B, it's really cool to be able to say that the beer community has brought us to a point where we can have a beer, not just me and you, with our name, but I mean we as in the beer community.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's not just a random collaboration; it's two guys from the community brewing a beer, and we want to see
sharing
more
it
of
with
those.
everyone.
And sharing it with everyone, exactly.
I think that's what an harvest should be about. Like, not just like, yes, it's fine to breed. The hop growers are really need to be put out there, but most of these hop growers are still small. They grow veggies. They grow not only hops. So, like, supporting those guys, selling it at the brewery, doing whatever, like what we did at the events, having those people just showing up, selling their product, promoting their business at the same time as we're promoting our own business, as the same way as we had two fantastic folks that you'll see on Thursday on the show reviewing the beer for us, because we wanted to make it as collaborative as possible.
When we started Hops and Bros, we weren't aware of the whole community, but now that we know, we're very proud and very happy to be part of it, and we're very happy to be able to bring this to you guys.
Exactly. So, back to brewing with fresh hops.
A lot of segues on this episode.
But I like it. It feels good to be back. It feels good to film something after a week of, like, literally a break. I wasn't even on the camera on Thursday when I filmed with the guys, so it's been a week. So I'm really, really happy to be in front and back. So, it's a beer like Harvestel. Usually they're super hoppy, so aim truly in the IPA spectrum of beers. So it's hoppy, you get citrusy flavors depending on the hop you're using, but mostly you get out of it a lot of greens, of veggies, grassy feels to it, even tobacco, because of like the chlorophyll in the hops, which makes it green. It creates that kind of like smoky flavor to the beer, which is completely weird. I don't get it. So it's fine. Some people get it. I don't get it. I might not been too sensible to smoke.
Tobacco, exactly. You probably don't. You haven't smoked more of those than other people.
No, do you?
Smoke?
No, you don't smoke.
No.
But do you get some smoke out of it?
I don't know.
No?
No,
okay, perfect. So, and also something I found really interesting. It's the only stats I have for this. I have two stats usually. So, the wet hop contains 65 to 80% of water.
Oh, so you're actually adding water to your beer in that case.
That's why you need to use 6 to 8 times more hops when you're doing it.
Another thing that you should note. Also, there's a lot of oxygen trapped in those hops. Ooh. So, and oxygen is your worst enemy with brewing. So you always have to find a way around it. So either you CO2 purge your hops, or in your boil, it's going to get rid of it, or there's different ways. But yeah, that's especially when you're dry hopping your beer with hops, it's hell.
Really have the CO2 purge. I heard it's one of the best way to use those wet hops or fresh hops to put in your beer. CO2 purge, I guess, is like the most efficient way to get rid of oxygen when you do your dry hop.
Yes,
I've read a lot about it when we were more into the home brewing thing.
Yes, sir.
Which never happened.
Well, it kind of happened. And all that to say that, in conclusion, I'd like to say, do you have anything else? No?
No, no. It rounds up my things.
The best way to describe what a harvest is the same thing as when you use fresh pasta versus fresh herbs in your pasta versus dry herbs in your pasta. So it's about the same concept behind, where you're going to have a lot more flavors, say, from your fresh hops, but your fresh hops or your dried hops are going to have a different phase. It's going to be a little more fruity, a little more floral, less herbal.
Oh, I like that. That's a good analogy.
I was keeping that in my back pocket. Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. It feels super good. So, yes, the beer, Hops and Bros, I know, shameless plug again, still available at the brewery. You can buy some beers over there. It's going out super fast. And yes, we broke our own record in Untappd. So,
the brewery broke the record?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the highest rated beer from Tuc Debout on Untapped, which is...
So we're not going to change our stance on Untapped, but if you are someone who likes Untapped and don't want to give it 5 stars, go ahead.
And if it can climb up to 4 until the end of November,
that'd be hilarious.
Then you guys will deserve all the i5s in the world. So to get more i5s, to get more Craft Beer 101, to get more beer reviews, subscribe to the channel. This is where all the good things happen. And leave a like to the video if you enjoyed this. And we'll see you.
Let us know in the comments below what you would like to see on the next
Craft Beer 101. Ooh.
That was well timed. That
Yeah,
was
I know.
nice.
I can like put the mask back. Oh. You get the reference?
Yeah, Hannibal.
No.
It is Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, my reference from Office. The Office.
Oh, yeah, wow! Chris, they took that reference from Hannibal Lecter.
It's literally from Hannibal Lecter. I don't know.
It's tea.